So ayan, good morning everyone. So thank you for waiting in our training. So before we start, and we will have our invocation first to be followed by the singing of the national anthem. So please watch these videos.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God. Father in heaven, always merciful and giver of life, we humbly ask that you bless each one of us, from the speakers, program committees, guests, and participants. Guide us to make better decisions as we incorporate what we will learn throughout this activity. Thank you for the infinite blessings and countless opportunities. Lord, today as we start our activity, may we always be grateful to learn new things. Shed the light of your wisdom and bless each one, especially our speakers, as they will share their knowledge to us. Through your mercy and grace, may peace and utmost understanding shine and dwell unto us. Almighty God, accompany each one and help us concentrate for us to gain more knowledge as we listen attentively. This we ask in your name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, telas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit kong bangaw, ay hinatang tudla, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig. Lumag ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
So ayan, once again, good morning everyone. Good morning po sa ating mga kasamahan dito po sa ating Zoom meeting, and also to our participants na nanonood sa ating Facebook Live. Again, good morning po. Ayan, may I see your reactions po in our comment section. Ayan. So isang magandang Thursday morning to all of you po. Ayan, so may I check nga po dun sa ating mga participants sa ating Facebook Live if my audio is loud and clear. Ayan, may I confirm lang po. Hello po, ayan. So in our Zoom meeting, it is clear. Thank you so much. So how about in our Facebook Live? Kamusta naman ang ating mga participants? Good morning. So maybe may konting delay lang in our Facebook Live, but then I would like to welcome you in our webinar entitled Healthy Habits in Digital Age. So actually, this topic is really in demand nowadays. Kailangan natin maging healthy, right? So in this webinar, matututo tayo or mariremind tayo ano ba yung mga dapat nating tandaan para magkaroon tayo ng healthy lifestyle. So, ayan. So, yan. I saw some comments po in our Facebook Live. So, my audio is loud and clear. Thank you so much, everyone. Ayan. So, before we start, let me discuss lang po Ayan. The virtual etiquettes. Ayan. So, di pala ako nakashow sa FB Live kanina. So, let me discuss our virtual etiquette for this meeting or for this webinar. So, for those who are joining in our Zoom meeting, so since tayo naman po ay naka-webinar, our settings is nakamute po yung ating mga participants. And if you have questions naman po, you may use the Q&A section in our Zoom. And for those who are joining po in our Facebook Live, you may type your questions po doon later dun sa ating comment section. And locate yourself in a quiet or conducive learning environment. Syempre, para ma-less yung distraction, so better na makapag-focus tayo dito sa ating webinar. And again, keep a bottle of water beside you to keep yourself hydrated during the training. Even ako po, I have a water beside me, a glass of water beside me. So, kasi nga yung topic natin, healthy lifestyle. So, kahit tayo ay nagjo-join in this kind of webinar, is meron din tayong mga pa-health breaks. So, ayan. So, for the issuance naman po ng ating mga
discuss lang po the
certificate, yan, of webinar, is meron din tayong mga okay, for the issuance of the certificate, so participants should accomplish the attendance and evaluation forms to receive the digital certificate. So after this slide, we will flash the attendance, yung QR code po, and yung link. So it will be available during the first hour of the training, and yung naman pong evaluation form, it will be available at the end of the training. So kailangan po ay magstay po ang lahat from the beginning until the end. So tayo naman po is mga until 11:15 to 11:30 if we will not exceed. And so the digital certificate will be available on 3 to 5 working days depending on the number of participants. So please bear with us kasi naging sunod-sunod yung activities natin in our project this week. So yan, hintay lang po tayo and marireceive din po natin yung ating mga certificates. Most especially yung mga nagjo-join sa ating mga pa-training and webinars, yung mga suki natin. Ayan. And then make sure to input correct data in attendance and evaluation forms to avoid problem in receiving the certificates. So paano po yun? So kailangan tama yung mailagay po nating spelling for your names. Yan. So yun yung mga common problems po natin or common na i-encounter. And yung email address po natin kailangan tama din po para ma-receive po ninyo yung inyong certificate. And use your personal email, preferably Gmail or Yahoo account. So iwasan po natin yung iba pa pong mga email addresses. So better po if you have Google account or Gmail account, yun na lang po yung ating gamitin. And for the attendance naman po, so this is our attendance. So it will flash on your screen the QR code, or kindly check our chat box for the link. Yan, it's already there po in our chat box. And doon naman po sa mga nanonood sa Facebook, naka-pin comment na po siya doon sa ating comment section. So para po hindi natin makalimutan, kasi yung nakakalimutan po ng iba, nakinig naman, natapos naman, nakalimutan mag-attendance. Ayan, so please make sure po na makapag-attendance muna tayo. Ayan. So andoon po sa ating okay. Yan, naka-pin comment ka na po. Yan, may pinin comment po ako din sa ating Facebook Live for the attendance. I do hope makita po natin. Okay. There. So I know you're all excited for this type of webinar. Itong webinar natin is, kumbaga, kailangan. Okay, kailangan natin to. It's a necessity, kumbaga. Hindi lang naman tayo naka-focus, 'di ba, dun sa mga software, sa mga platforms, mga systems. So kailangan din nating bigyan ng pansin yung ating sarili. Ayan. So for more information about this one, so I would like to introduce our speaker for this morning. So let me read her profile. Ayan. So she graduated at Batangas State University with a bachelor's degree in education, major in MAPE. She also worked in Stonehurst Southville International School for 2 years as early childhood educator. She also worked at University of Batangas as senior high school teacher before becoming a junior high school public teacher at Batangas National High School that is now named as Batangas City Integrated High School. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our beautiful speaker for this morning, Miss Hazel and Camposano. Miss Hazel, good morning po. Yan, palakpakan naman. Hello po, Miss
Hello
Hazel.
everyone, good morning
Ayan,
po.
napaka-pretty. Napaka-pretty naman ng ating speaker. Ayan, so I will give the floor po sa inyo. You may start.
Ayan po. So I'm using two devices kasi po itong laptop ay hindi gumagana yung camera. Kaya nandito po sa cellphone yung video. Good morning everyone. I would like to greet our participants from our Zoom meeting. Good morning po. And also sa ating FB Live. Yan. Good morning po. I would like to confirm lang po if my audio is loud and clear.
Here po sa Zoom, it's loud and clear naman po, Ma'am
Okay.
Hazel.
Thank you po, Miss Janet. Sa FB Live po, naririnig naman po ako ng maayos. Ayan. So, thank you everyone. So, for today, sabi nga ng ating DICT personnel na si Miss Janet, itong Zoom meeting na ito or our topic for today is very timely. Kasi we should not focus only sa ating work, but more importantly, we should focus on our health. As the old saying goes, health is wealth. So, ayan. Let me share my screen lang po. Ayan. Makikita na po ba ng lahat?
Yes po, Miss Hazel.
Wait lang pala po.
So ayan, while waiting po for Miss Hazel, so kindly complete our attendance po. Huwag po natin kakalimutan. Ayan, to complete our attendance kasi pag yan ay na-miss po natin, so you will not receive your certificate po. So kailangan po dalawa, our attendance and our evaluation form po later. So ito po kasi ay open lang until 10 a.m. So ayun, huwag pong kalimutan, kindly complete your attendance. Thank you so much.
Yan, good morning po. Okay na po?
Yes, miss. Okay na po.
Yan, okay. So, again, our topic is about healthy habits in the digital age. So, once again, I am Miss Hazel Ansi Camposano from Batangas. And our topic is very timely because since we are entering the digital age, and since the COVID-19 pandemic, we are told to stay at home. And then we're not allowed to go outside. So the tendency is for us just to use our gadgets all the time. And now we are going to learn how we can balance the use of technology while we are staying fit and healthy. So, are you ready, everyone? Okay, let's go. Now, our topics are first, we're going to talk about the negative impacts of technology to our health, how to resolve or avoid those common health problems, and then positive impacts and tips on how to have a healthy lifestyle. So we're not only going to talk about the bad effects of technology. Of course, there are also good things about it. And we're going to find solutions on those bad effects of technology on our health. Okay, now let's define what is digital age. The digital age, also called the information age, is defined as the time period starting in 1970s with the introduction of the personal computer with subsequent technology introduced, providing the ability to transfer information freely and quickly. So since 1970 ay pumasok na tayo sa digital age. And it began with the use of personal computers, and the main purpose of it is to transfer information freely and quickly. So matatandaan natin before, we used to write letters just to communicate with our loved ones who are far away from us. But in the digital age, it made possible freely and quickly with the use of the technology. Now we have cell phones, laptops, and then we can talk to our loved ones real time, right? So there. Now let's go to the negative impacts of technology on health. Yan. Dito natin makikita kung ano ang epekto ng technology sa ating katawan. Na minsan, alam naman natin, pero we choose to ignore and not focus on it. And then mararamdaman na lang natin siya in the long run. Now let's talk about it one by one. The first one, we have musculoskeletal issues. So what is musculoskeletal issues? From the word itself, musculo meaning muscles, and skeletals meaning bones. So this has an effect on our muscles and bones. So looking down at an electronic gadget for long periods can lead to neck and back pain, as well as pains in elbows, wrist, and hands. So there. Kahit ako, guilty ako dito. So, tingnan nga natin sa ating Zoom participants, sino dito yung nakaka-experience ng neck and back pain, pati yung wrist, at saka yung sa thumb. Yan, si Miss Marife. Especially to sa mga teachers, sa mga office workers na laging nakatutok sa ating laptops and cellphones. Yan. Sa mga teachers na kagaya ko, gawaan ngayon ng forms, kaya talagang gamit na gamit ang laptop. Ayan, sabi ni Sir Mark Louis, madalas sa akin is masakit ang batok. Wait lang po. Ayan, tapos taas ng blood pressure as student. Wow, sir, talagang kailangan mong umattend ng ganitong webinar. To know what are the things that we should do to lessen this experiences or itong nararamdaman nating pagsakit ng batok and back and blood pressure. Yan. And then, in addition, laptop and smartphone usage can involve people sitting in positions consistent with poor ergonomic function and poor ergonomic positioning. So there, if we tend to focus on our laptop for a long time, hindi na natin napapansin yung ating posture kung mali ba or tama. Kaya ang tendency talaga ay sumakit ang ating neck, back, and hands. Ayan po. Number 3, as well as back pain from computer use, often caused by poor gaming posture or computer posture. There have also been reports of selfie elbow or texting thumb caused by technology overuse. So I myself, I must admit, I also experienced this texting thumb. Kapag matagal na ako nagbabrowse sa aking social media accounts, talagang nararamdaman ko yung sakit sa ditong part ko. Ayan po. So who among you also experienced that? Texting thumb or selfie elbow. Yan. Kaya kailangan natin ng malaman kung anong tips para maiwasan at mabawasan ito. Okay? Next, so these are the tips that we can apply to ourselves to minimize musculoskeletal issues. To relieve back and neck pain, adjust your posture when using a device. So first one in the picture is for using laptops or desktop. Ensure proper sitting posture at the computer by ensuring that your neck, seat, and screen setup is optimized. So, yan. Sa mga naka-laptop ngayon, correct ba ang posture nyo? Paki-check po natin para may apply natin kung correct ang ating posture. So, this is the proper posture. As you can see here, the top of your screen should be at eye level. Kailangan hindi tayo nakatungo sa ating screen. Kailangan ito ay eye level lang. And then, the chair should completely support your thighs. Kailangan relax ang ating legs. Your legs should be bent at 90 to 110 degrees angle. Straight ang ating legs, ang ating pag-upo, naka-straight body position. Your feet should be flat on the floor. Hindi kulang or kapos, kailangan ay naka-flat. Make sure you relax your shoulders. Straight ang ating shoulders. Your forearms should be parallel to the floor. And the chair should have a backrest that supports your lower back. Yan. Sabi nga ni Sir, kahit may gaming chair with pillow yan. We can use pillow to support our back. Thank you, sir. So again, please apply this proper posture while using desktop or laptop, especially now while you're listening to our webinar. Yan, you can start applying it. Next one. On how to minimize musculoskeletal issues. Instead of holding your phone in your lap, na madalas nating ginagawa, you can minimize neck problems by holding it out in front of you. Positioning the device so it is in front of your face, with your head sitting squarely on your shoulders, is helpful to your neck. Ayan. Kailangan hindi tayo nakatungo lagi sa ating cellphone. It should be like while using our laptop, it should be eye level. Katulad po nito, nasa picture yan. So later, I'm gonna show you another posture on how to use our phones. Next one. Here. Another tips on how to minimize musculoskeletal issues. The first one, stop bending your neck. Just like what I've said before, your phone should be eye level. Hindi yung nakatungo na tayo. Kasi ang tendency, sasakit talaga yung ating neck or bato. Number 2 is best reception hold. This is the proper way on how to hold our phones while talking to someone. There. Number 3, optimum distance equals less eye strain. So, yan po. We should put our phone 12 to 14 inches away from our face or our eye so that it's not very near sa ating eyes. Kasi magkakaroon tayo ng eye strain, which is our topic later. So, yan. Dapat make sure 12 to 14 inches at hindi yung super lapit ng ating device sa ating face. And number 4, leverage the power pose. So this is what I'm talking about earlier. This is another posture that you can try while using your mobile phone. There. Okay. So, did you understand? Thank you. Now, next tip on how to minimize musculoskeletal issues. Consider using a body standing desk. This makes staring straight at your computer screen possible and help you avoid the health dangers of sitting all day. Yan. Pwede din natin itong i-apply sa ating sa mga work from home. Yan. Pwede nating ilagay ang ating laptop or desktop sa medyo mataas na table at pwede tayong tumayo while doing our office jobs. Para hindi tayo nakasit all day. So, meron ba dito tayong participants who work from home or ang trabaho ay office works? Can I check? Sa ating Zoom participants, meron po ba? Yan, si Ma'am Marife. Yan, ma'am. Pwede po natin itong i-apply habang gumagamit tayo ng desktop or laptop. Ayun, sabi ni Sir, madaling mangalay kahit nag-repair lang ng computer kung di sanay. Yan, si Miss Maria Ruth from Taytay Rizal. Yan, ito po yung another way or other way para po ma-reduce ang ating sitting while using or doing our office works. Next one, we have regular screen breaks, allowing you to walk around, stand up, or stretch. Will help relieve muscle pain and stress. Yan. So, after an hour or two, we can try to walk around, stand up, or stretch. So, I myself, if I know that I'm using my laptop for a very long period of time already, I make sure that I stretch, I stand up, and if I still have time, I walk around our neighborhood, of course, observing proper health protocols so that we can relax our body and we can still be active while being productive in using our devices. Yan. So who among you do this? Standing up or stretching? Sa mga offices, pwede din naman po. And school. We can try to apply this. Next one. Ayan. Next issue that we have is digital eye strain. So technology, it can not only affect our muscles and bones, but also our eyes. We have here digital eye strain. What is digital eye strain? Constant exposure to digital devices can be harmful to our eyes. Digital eye strain, sometimes called computer vision syndrome, is one of the most commonly reported symptoms of too much screen time. Yan. Sa mga gamers, teachers, office workers, social media managers, some of them are experiencing this digital eye strain. If we used to look at our phones and computers for a very long period of time, we might experience dry eyes, redness around the eyes, headaches, blurred vision, plus neck and shoulder pain. So if you are experiencing one or all of these symptoms, you might want to get checked by a professional because you might experiencing digital eye strain. So who among you experience one or two symptoms? Tingnan po natin sa chat. Sabi ni Sir, much worse is yung magpapagawa naman ng bagong grado ng salamin in every year. Yan, kapag nasimula na ang pagsasalamin, parang pataas ng pataas yung grado, especially if you tend to focus on your mobile and computers. Yan. So that's why we need to take care of our body and our eyes. So in order for us to do that, here are some tips on how to reduce digital eye strain. Ayan, si Ma'am din daw. Every year, kailangan magpagawa ng bagong grado. First is to practice the 20-20-20 rule for healthy digital device usage. You could set a timer every 20 minutes to act as a reminder. So what is 20-20-20 rule? Who among you know this rule? Meron po bang familiar dito sa 20-20-20 rule? So yan, ang 20-20-20 rule is every 20 minutes of using laptop or phones, you have to look away for 20 feet for 20 seconds. Yeah. It's like practicing our eyes or exercising our eyes. Kasi matagal tayong nakatitig sa malapit sa atin. Kaya kailangan nating tumingin naman sa mas malayo sa atin for 20 seconds. There. Reduce overhead lighting to minimize screen glare. Increase text size on devices so you can read comfortably. Ayun, masama din pala po yung masyadong maliit na font sa ating laptop and cell phones. Kailangan yung tama lang para mabasa natin ng maayos at hindi mahirapan ang ating eyes. Make sure you are blinking. When we stare at digital devices, we can blink less frequently, leading to dry eyes. If dry eyes are bothering you, using eye drops could help. So, it's very important pala to blink. Kasi if we are using our phones or laptop for very long time, we tend to focus on it. And we forgot to blink sometimes. So from time to time, you can try to blink para maiwasan natin ang dry eyes. Okay? Or blink muna dyan. Okay. Next, get regular eye checkups. Poor eyesight contributes to eye strain. Regular checkups will help ensure timely prescriptions when you need them. Yan, especially sa ating mga participants na nagsusuot ng salamin. I think every year or every 6 months ay nagpapacheck up talaga po ng eyes to check yung grado ng ating eyes if okay pa ba. Yung grado ng salamin rather, if okay pa sa ating eyes. Am I correct? Okay po. Next one. Here, another tips on how to reduce digital eye strain. First is to regularly eye checking. Yan. Not only for those who are wearing eyeglasses, but for everyone. We can try to check our eyes with the help of a professional para matingnan natin kung okay pa ba yung ating eyesight. Next is eye exercising. Ayan. Kapag masyado tayong focus sa ating gadgets, napapagod din ang ating mga eyes, kaya kailangan din natin silang i-exercise. Number 3 is proper lighting. We need to have proper lighting para hindi lumabo ang ating mata. So while using phones or laptops, you should make sure that the room is well lighted. Number 4 is monitor cleaning. Kailangan din ay malinis ang ating monitor. Number 5, distance adjusting. Again, what is the proper distance while using our cell phones? As mentioned earlier, it is 12 to 14 inches. Very good, Ma'am Ruth. Talagang attentive na attentive si Ma'am. Thank you po. Number 6, glare reducing. Ayan. Kapag alam nyo na masyado na kayong nakatitig or matagal na kayong nakatingin sa inyong gadgets, you can try to look away or practice the 20-20-20 rule. Next is we have font scaling. Yeah, not too small and not too big. It should be just right. Yung font sa ating cell phones and laptops. Next, frequent blinking. Yeah, that akala natin wala lang yung pag-blink, pero it's very important pala to blink so that we can reduce dry eyes. Okay? Always remember to blink. Next, glasses wearing. Yan, we can buy glasses that reduces the blue light from entering our eyes while using our gadgets and devices. Yan, sabi ni Ma'am, ni Sir, minsan merong anti-glare ang device pero bihira. Okay, thank you, Sir. 20-20-20 rule, again, after 20 minutes of using our desktop, laptop, tablet, mobile phones, we can look away 20 feet for 20 seconds. That is what 20-20-20 rule. Yeah. So I hope you learned something from our tips on how to reduce digital eye strain. Now we're going to go to our third issues on the negative impacts of technology on our health, which is disruptive sleep. Yeah. What is disruptive sleep? Getting enough sleep is vital for almost every bodily function. It's very important for all ages, not only for the young ones, but for everyone. Because if we lack sleep, we are not going to function very well on our work and on daily basis. That's why it's very important for us to have enough hours of sleep. But using a laptop, tablet, or smartphone shortly before going to bed can affect your ability to fall asleep. This is because the so-called blue light from devices can lead to heightened alertness and disrupt your body clock. So it is said that 30 minutes before going to bed, you should not use any mobile devices so that your body can prepare to fall asleep. Because if you use mobile devices, while going to sleep, it might affect your alertness and disrupt your body clock. So, sino dito yung gumagamit ng cellphones bago matulog? Let me check. Because I myself, I must admit, yan, si Ma'am Sheena May, si Sir John Elric. Ako din, ganyan din po ako. Gumagamit din ako ng, yan, si Sir Mark Louie. Gumagamit din po ako ng phone before going to sleep. So, instead of sleeping at 9 o'clock p.m., mauuwi sa 10 to 11 p.m. because of using or browsing our social media accounts. Yan, so, in this area, we should have a lot of discipline for us to apply it on our life kasi it's very important din. Yeah. In addition, activities on digital devices can be stimulating and make us even much less ready for sleep. As a result, people can become absorted and continue using the technology past their bedtime. So, yan, katulad ng sinabi ko po. Sometimes, I'm planning to sleep at 9 to 10 p.m. kasi maaga pang pasok kinabukasan. Pero nauuwi sa 11 to 12 p.m. because I'm using my phone while browsing my social media accounts and hindi na natin napapansin yung oras. Yan. Kaya, in this area, kailangan natin tong i-practice and have discipline para may apply natin to sa ating life. Yan. Okay, let me check the chat box. Yan. Si Ma'am Marife guilty. Ginagawa niya rin to. Minsan kapag may tinatapos na activities ay nasa laptop and 12 a.m. natutulog. Sometimes hindi naman talaga natin maiiwasan because of our busy schedule. But we must make sure na okay yung ating sleeping routine. If kaya naman, apply natin to. From Ma'am Maria Ruth from Taytay Rizal, we can have the lecture ends of can we have the lecture ends of Papi for sharing po sa community, Ma'am Hazel? I'm gonna check po sa ating DICT personal if I can share my presentations in Papi. Okay, thank you po, ma'am. Next, we have, it's important to distinguish between interactive and passive technology devices. So we have two kinds of devices. The first one is passive devices, are those which require little or no input from users. Examples include listening to music, reading an ebook, or watching TV or movie. So yan. Pag sinabi nating passive devices, hindi tayo masyado nag-i-interact. Parang tayo lang yung nag-absorb. Like listening to music, watching movie, reading an ebook. Yan. Hindi kailangan ng masyadong interaction. While interactive devices is what is viewed on screen changes with input from the users. For example, playing a video game. This is very interactive. Yan, ML players out there. As it's chatting on social media, interactive activities are more likely to disrupt sleep than passive activities. Yan. So there, pwede naman tayong gumamit ng devices if we're just going to listen to music, watching relaxing movies, or read an ebook. Pero, it's not advisable for us to use gadgets if we are going to use it for gaming or chatting on social media. Mas nakaka-apekto ito sa ating sleeping routine kasi mas nagiging active tayo instead of our body to just relax and prepare to sleep. Yung mind natin is nagiging active, kaya ang tendency is for us not to sleep on the right time. There. Next, these are the tips on how to avoid disruptive sleep. The first one, avoid using smartphone, laptops, and tablets for at least an hour before going to sleep every night. Reading a book is more likely to relax you than scrolling through social media feeds. Yan. So, ang sinabi kong 30 minutes is kulang pa pala. It should be 1 hour before going to sleep. So, if you are planning to sleep at 9 o'clock, make sure 8 o'clock p.m. is you already stop using any devices before going to sleep so that your body can prepare and relax para makatulog ng exact time. Next, dim the screen as much as possible for evening use. In many e-readers, you can also invert the screen color, example white font and black background. Many devices now come with night mode, which is easier on the eye before bed. Yan. Pag masyadong maliwanag ang ating devices, ay mas matagal tayong makakatulog. Kaya make sure to lower the light of your devices. Put it on night mode. Parang every device naman ngayon ay meron ng night mode. So make sure to apply it and use it if it's already evening. Yan. You could consider using a software program for PCs and laptops which decreases the amount of blue light in computer screen. There. So, high-tech na talaga ngayon. Meron ng mga software programs that reduces blue light from entering our eyes. You can consider making your bedroom a screen-free zone. You can also try to make it a habit that once you enter your bedroom, you make sure that you're not going to use any device. Medyo mahirap to, pero konting practice, I know we can do it. That after you enter your bedroom, you're not going to use any mobile phone or laptops. Yeah. Next one is establish a relaxing bedtime routine that doesn't involve screens to help you relax before going to sleep. There. Sabi ni Ma'am Ruth, ako baliktad po yata, Ma'am. So we can always try to improve ourselves because I myself is ganyan din po ako, kaya I should make sure that I apply it to myself. Next issue that we have here is physical inactivity. So, ito naman ay sa ating mga anak, mga estudyante, mga pamangkin. Yan, ito po ang kadalasan nangyayari. Physical inactivity. And for us, excessive use of smartphones, laptops, and tablets can lead to physical inactivity. For example, according to one study, 38% of parents worried that their children weren't getting enough physical exercise due to excessive screen time. So before, during my time ay walang masyadong usage of cellphone ng mga kids. Paglaro ay nalabas talaga kami to play. Pero ngayon, napapansin natin sa ating mga kids, ating mga pamangkin, pinsan, mga anak, na they are very much focused sa kanilang phones and gadgets. Even the small kids, they already own a tablet and mobile phones. Sometimes, ginagamit din po ito ng mga parents to make sure that they are behave while the parents are doing something. Yan. So, it's not very advisable din po. We should make sure that from time to time, our kids have physical activities because since they are still kids, their body is still developing. So, if they are not going to be active, they might not develop to be strong and healthy. That's why we need to make sure that we give them physical activities or sports from time to time. There. Too much sedentary time has been linked to an increased risk of range of health conditions, including obesity, heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. So those are some of the health-related problems that our kids can have if they stay inactive physically because of using gadgets. But we ourselves can get that diseases. Kaya kailangan din nating maging active and healthy para hindi natin maranasan yung ganitong mga sakit. Ayan, sabi ni Ma'am Maria Ruth, correct ma'am, pero may edad na po. So, late na po. Yan. It's okay, ma'am. We can try to exercise or do activities which are appropriate for our age. Yan. Next one po is the COVID-19 pandemic, which kept people at home, increased reliance on digital technology, and so sporting events around the world canceled. Didn't help. Still, even before COVID, it's estimated that physical inactivity was costing 5.3 million lives a year globally. Ayan, so before pandemic pa pala, may issue na ng physical inactivity sa ating mga kabataan. Pero it increases because of lockdowns. So, napansin din namin yun sa aming mga players. Yung dati namin mga players, fit sila, healthy. Pero, nung nakita namin after pandemic, ayun, medyo naglakihan sila. Kaya, kailangan na din talaga ng workout. Since di na nun masyadong mahigpit ngayon, with proper health protocol, we can do exercise. Okay? Next one po. Of course, here are some tips on how to reduce physical inactivity or how to stay active. The World Health Organization recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate activity or 75 minutes of vigorous activity a week for adults. Health organizations around the world advise against prolonged sitting for all age group. Yan, syempre, minsan hindi natin may iwasan because of our work, ang mga projects na kailangan tapusin, kailangan talaga nating tutukan, and we tend to sit all day sa ating mga laptops to finish those requirements. But make sure, for example, every weekend or anytime na may free kayo, make sure to stay active, to stretch, walk around, to exercise if you still can, so that we can maintain our body active. Yan. Kahit walking lang, it really helps our body. Get up and stretch for every 20 to 30 minutes. Yan. Walk around, take restroom breaks, carry out simple stretches to pump fresh blood and oxygen through your body. There. So every 20 to 30 minutes of sitting down, we should stretch and walk around so that our body can receive fresh blood and oxygen for us to function well throughout the day. Ayan. Find a physical activity you enjoy, whether that's walking, cycling, swimming, or a team sports. Ayan. Pwede rin natin itong i-apply sa ating mga kids. We should make sure or we should introduce to them different sports that they can choose from so that they can stay active. We can try to introduce them cycling, swimming, basketball, volleyball, and then after that, they will choose their own sports. And also for us, yan, pwede po tayo mag-badminton, bowling, jogging, for us to stay active. Every weekend or once a week, yan, maganda po yan. And then, next one, certain applications and wearable technologies can help keep you active. For example, by sending push notifications telling you it's time to move or by helping you set and track fitness goals. Yan. Meron na po tayong mga applications sa cellphone ngayon and even smartwatches that can remind us if it's already time to stretch or to move around. And also, minsan nabibilang din nila kung ilan yung steps na nagawa natin for a day. And also, it can monitor our heartbeat and blood pressure. Talagang very digital na ngayon ang lahat. So, gamitin po natin itong mga application na ito para sa ating body. Yan. Si Ma'am Maria Ruth, 10,000 steps. Very good po, ma'am. Pagpatuloy po natin yan. Psychological issues. Okay, psychological issues. This is another issue that we might face or experience with the use of technology. First one, excessive screen time can negatively affect mental and emotional well-being. For example, by including anxiety because someone hasn't replied quickly enough to your chat or text message, or constantly checking your social media feeds to see how many likes your last post received. Ayan, this is very true sa ating mga teenagers, sa ating mga, for me, sa aking mga students. Minsan nagkakaroon na talaga ng anxiety just because yung post ay konti lang yung nag-likes or hindi agad naka-reply yung kanilang mga ka-chat. Parang nagiging anxious na agad sila. So these are some effects that we can notice sa ating mga teenagers. Kailangan din talaga natin silang bantayan if they are showing these signs. Yan, we need to talk to them, lalo na kapag adolescent. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Maria Ruth. Para di sila magsikret sa atin. Yeah, that's correct. We have to be open. And we have to, kailangan ka-level din natin sila para hindi sila mahiya mag-share ng secret sa atin. Yan. Yan. Sabi nga ni Sir Mark Louis, aminado daw siya na minsan sinasarili ang problema. Which is not so good kasi kapag naipon ng ating mga problema and then dinadala, minsan masama din yun. Kaya from time to time, let's talk to our kids, sa mga teenagers. Let's check on them daily kung kamusta sila sa ating mga pinsan. Yan, students, if they are on adolescent period and masyado silang nakafocus sa social media, ipaalam natin sa kanila na hindi mahalaga kung madami or konti ang nag-likes sa post and hindi yun ang sukatan. Kaya always check on them. Okay po? It's easy for both adults and children to compare themselves unfavorably to others on social media, which in turn can lead to feelings of anxiety. Yan, comparison. Especially yun sa adolescents and even us. Sa mga kabatch ko din po, sa mga ka-age ko. Minsan, we try to compare ourselves sa lives ng other nating kabatch. Na parang, ang galing naman ni ganun. May kotse na, may bahay na. Pero, we should make sure na dapat hindi ganun. Kasi, sabi nga nila, may kanya-kanya tayong timeline. And we should trust on God's timeline. Darating din yung time natin. And lahat naman na nakikita natin sa mga social media ay, of course, they are posting only good things. Kaya akala natin madali lang. Pero, of course, they also experience hardship before nila maranasan yung mga ganun. Kaya, don't compare. Always make sure that you follow your timeline. If you are doing your best, then just wait for your timing. Kasi lahat naman tayo may proper timing. Yan. Agree po ba kayo doon? Yan. Kailangan lang nating mag-focus sa ating timeline. Yan. Thank you po, Ma'am Marfe. Yan, sabi nga po ni Sir, huwag mainip. May mga late bloomer lang talaga. Yeah, just like Clockwork. For example, best example is yung naka-discover ng KFC. Ilang taon na ba siya nung na-discover yung KFC? Pero nag-boom talaga. Kaya let's wait for our timing. Right time is better than right away. Yeah, sabi ni Ma'am Marif. Thank you po. Better late than never. Yeah. Again, if we are doing our best naman, of course, may kapalit yan. Kaya, let's just continue pursuing our goals and wait for the proper timing. Next, social media users who log in multiple times a day can be exposed to non-stop news, typically bad news such as natural disasters, terrorist events, political division, high-profile crimes. So yan, even at very young age, sometimes they are already exposed to those kinds of news and situations, and it can greatly affect their mind. Kaya from time to time, we should visit their browsing history. Para nakikita natin kung ano yung mga sites na nabivisit nila, kung ano yung mga nababasa nila online. And then, next one is, venturing on bad news via social media or other online sources is known as doom scrolling, which can adversely affect mental health. So, kung puro bad news na lang yung nakikita ng ating mga adolescents, it will affect their thinking. Of course, kailangan positive thoughts, positive thinking yung finifeed natin sa ating mind para hindi maapektuhan yung ating thinking. Always and constantly remind our kids and check on them. Next one. Of course, if we have issues, we should always provide tips on how to minimize psychological effects. Here are some of the tips that we can use on how, or we can apply to our lives on how to minimize psychological effects of using technology on our life. Yeah. The first one, limit the amount of time you spend on social media. One study found that less people use social media, the less depressed and lonely they felt. They can use a timer or app track how long they are spending on social networking sites. So since we are talking about healthy habits on how to use social media, on how to use technology, and as I've mentioned before, that we should take a break while using our phones or our laptops, I think it is a good time to take a break. Yan. Miss Jeanette, can we have at least 5-minute break?
Hello, Miss Hazel. Yes, we can have a health break muna for 5 minutes.
Ayan.
Yeah,
Health
so para
break
ma-apply
muna
din
tayo.
natin yung diniscuss mo
Yeah.
a while ago about health. Yan. So, kailangan natin ng tawag doon, screen breaks.
Yeah, screen breaks. You could use your 5 minutes to stretch, walk around, drink some water, see our break, ayan po.
And so, balik po tayo by 10:41.
Yes, okay po.
Snack time go. Yes, pwede naman po. Ayan, sige po.
Thank you po. We'll be right back at 10:41. See you! Ayan, so we're back. I hope everyone ay nakapag-stretch na, walk arounds, drink water, CR break. Yeah. So, are you ready? Share screen po ulit ako. Yan, sabi ni Sir ay preparing coffee habang nakikinig. Yan, you can also bring snacks with you if you want. While nakikinig sa ating healthy habits. Now, we're here to how to minimize psychological effects of using technology or social media in our body. Wait. There. So first is limit the amount of time you spend on social media. One study found that the less people use social media, the less depressed and lonely they felt. You can use a timer or app to track how long you are spending on social networking sites. So there, meron din mga applications and tracker na we can download para matrack natin kung gaano tayo katagal nagbabrowse or matrack ang ating screen time. So it says here that less people who use less social media experience less depression and less loneliness because they are nasa reality sila. Because as we all know, social media, it only shows good things. Sabi nga dito, be better in real life than on social media. So it's better if you are good in real life than on social media. Kaysa naman ma-turn off sila pag nakita nila sa real life na ganito pala or ganyan. So it's better pa ding maging good sa reality than on social media. Okay? Next one. Use real-world activities to help you focus on your immediate surroundings and circumstances. For example, you can read a book, watch a movie, go for a walk, do some baking, or phone a friend. So let's not use most of our time just browsing on our social media accounts. We can discover a different hobby so that we can reduce our screen time, like reading a book, baking, or doing some sports, and of course, phoning a friend. So we can always try to talk to them. Yan. So sabi ni Sir, even Starbucks coffee. And pasyal sa park, like outlets. Yan. Pag may free time tayo, rather than just browsing on our social media accounts, we can go outside, go for a walk, meet new friends. Yan po. So those are some tips on how to minimize psychological effects. Next issue that we have here is impact on hearing. So not just our muscles, bones, eyes, and our psychological being is being affected by digital age and technology, but also our ears or our hearing. Why? Let's see. Prolonged use of earphones, headphones, or earbuds at high volumes can cause hearing loss. Yan, sa mga mahinig ng music, laging naka-earphones or headphones. It also has bad effects on our ears. The World Health Organization estimates that 1.1 billion young people worldwide are at risk of hearing loss due to unsafe listening practices. In part from listening to music via headphones or earbuds, noise exposure is one of the most common causes of hearing loss. So, not just listening to music using earphones or earbuds, but also noise exposure. Yung pala yung nakaka-cause ng hearing loss sa atin. So, from time to time, dapat hindi laging nakalagay ang earphone sa ating mga tenga. And of course, make sure that the volume is just right, not too loud. Now, let's go on some tips on how to minimize the impact on hearing. The first one is outside the ear headphones are considered a better option because unlike earbuds, which deliver music directly into the ear, they provide a buffering space between the music and the ear canal. So may mga ganito na pala, outside the ear headphones. Yan, you can try to purchase this if you tend or love to hear or play music every time. You can consider purchasing this one to minimize the impact of sound to our ears. Better quality headphones are likely to improve both your listening experience and protect your hearing. Always make sure that you are using better quality of headphones. Yan, para po sa ating mga work from home and call center agents. Yan. Next is, you could also consider using noise-canceling headphones, which work by using inverse waves to cancel out the incoming sound. Experts recommend listening at no more than 85 decibels or more than 8 hours per day. So there. Yan. Yan ang mga kadalasang ginagamit ng ating mga call center agents, social media managers who do the talking or listening on their job. The noise cancelling headphones. Okay. Bluetooth earbuds is the best for me kung nasa bahay. Ayan. Or you can just use a speaker that is not too loud para makapahinga din ang ating ears from earphones and earbuds. Let's just use speakers, but not too loud. There. So it's not always a bad thing of using technology or digital age in our health. Of course, let's talk about the positive effects of technology on health. So we're done with the negative effects of technology sa ating katawan. Now let's see the positive effects of technology on our health. So it's not bad at all. There are many ways in which technology can also positively impact our health. For example, digital devices or apps can help to improve our diets, track our fitness activities, act as a reminder to get up and move or take our medication. Yan, meron na ngayong mga application to remind us to take our medications. Again, to if it's time to drink water, yan, pwede tayo mag-download ng mga ganyang applications to check on our diet para let's use these applications to monitor our health. There is a wealth of well-sourced and credible medical informations online, which allows people to research their own health conditions, although it's important to note that misinformation also exists, and looking up information about health symptoms online can sometimes be a double-edged sword. causing needless worry. Yan. Sinong guilty dito? Na kapag may naramdamang konti, isi-search agad online. Parang tayo ay nagse-self medication. Yan. May mga nag-raise ng hands. Sometimes I used to do this also. If I feel something wrong with me, yan, I immediately Google it, the symptoms, and sometimes hindi natin alam yun ay misinformation. That's why we have to check on it properly. And of course, kailangan din natin ng professionals. Yan, that is the best way to look for a professional to diagnose what are we feeling and not just look on the internet. But you can also search on the internet. Just make sure that it is from a credible source. Okay? Another positive effects of technology on health is, in addition, technology helps medical providers ensure better patient care, improve relationships with patients, and deliver medical results direct to patients' phone. Example include online medical records that give patients access to test results and allow them to fill prescriptions. Yan. Katulad ng mga swab test results, sa email na lang ngayon pinapadala. And yung nauso ngayong pandemic, yung online consultation. Yan. Apps that track chronic illnesses and communicate essential information to doctors, virtual medical appointments through video and phone consultations, especially during and post-COVID. Just like what I said, nauso talaga nung dumating ang COVID, yung online consultation. So, who among you ay nakapag-try na nito? Sino sa inyo po ang nakapag-try na ng online consultations? And I think madami ang ganun na ang ginagawa since before ay lockdown, bawal tayong lumabas. So, doctors do it online by using Zoom or Google Meet and other video platforms. There. Now let's go to some tips for using technology in a healthy way. Yan, sabi ni Ma'am Ruth, sa kakilala niya daw po ay no fee. So yeah, some doctors do it for charity. They do it free. Tips for using technology in a healthy way. First on, some tips for ensuring healthy screen time include remove unnecessary apps from your phone to prevent you from constantly checking them for updates. Yan. Kapag masyado tayong maraming applications sa cellphone, ang tendency is to check it every now and then. For example, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and many others. So, ang tendency, kapag sawa na tayo sa isang application, we will move to another social media application and then browse on it and then move again to the next one. Kaya nauubos ang ating oras. Yan. Sabay din ang Shopee and Lazada. Yeah. Hindi lang oras ang nauubos, pati ang pera. Kaya if you think that it is not important, you can try to remove it so that you can prevent yourself from checking it every now and then. Next, set screen time limits and stick to them. Again, we need discipline to do this. Let's just set screen time limits. For example, every day, you will set yourself for 5 to 8 hours of no, that's a lot. 2 to 5 hours of screen time only. Yan. Just like what I've said before, there are applications that can track our screen time, and it will remind us if we are over on what we set. Yan. Kaya matatrack niya kung kailan dapat tumigil na tayo sa ating paggamit ng phones and other gadgets. Next, log off and take regular breaks. Yan. Katulad ng ginawa natin, health break, log off your social media accounts. You can try doing the social media detox. And I'm hearing positive results from those who try doing the social media detox. Next, review and maximize your privacy settings on social media. Be selective about what you want to post and who you want to see it. Yan, of course, sometimes ginagamit ito ng ibang tao. Yung usong-uso ngayon, ginagamit yung mukha natin to ask for money. That's why we have to be mindful on what we are posting on social media kasi minsan nagagamit ito ng mga scammers. Kaya yan. Be mindful of what we post and choose who do you want to see it. Like, don't accept a lot of friends on Facebook. Just accept the ones who you trust the most. Yan po. Keep meal times gadget free. Ayan, sino pong guilty dito? Na habang kumakain ay nakatutok pa rin sa phones or laptops. Sorry. Ayan, si Sir Mark Louie. Habang nakain ay nagamit pa din ng cellphones. Lalo na kung duty. Yeah, from time to time, you can try to, if maiiwasan, of course, do mealtime gadget free. Yan. Ganyan po dito sa amin sa bahay. Pag mealtime ay no gadgets allowed. So sana patupadin natin yan sa ating mga tahanan, especially sa mga adolescents, na parang hindi na nila maiwan ang kanilang phones, na even while eating, they are still using it. So let's just constantly remind that. Next, keep electronic devices out of your bedroom. Turn clocks and other glowing devices towards the wall at bedtime. Avoid using digital devices for at least an hour before going to bed. Just like what I've said earlier, 1 hour before bedtime ay kailangan wala na tayong gadgets na ginagamit for us to relax our mind and body and prepare to sleep. Yan. I-discipline po natin ang ating sarili. I know we can do it. Use the internet to stay connected but prioritize real-world relationships over virtual ones. So, hindi dapat tayo mag-stick sa kung anong nakikita natin sa internet. Hindi kailangan nating sabayan kung ano yung nasa trend. Of course, kailangan nasa reality pa rin tayo. Let's always remember that it is better to be better in real life than on social media. Okay, next one. Again, some tips for using technology in a healthy way. Set limits on screen time and restrict it before bedtimes and during mealtime. So just like what I've said earlier, no phones or gadgets during mealtime and 1 hour before going to sleep. Encourage in-person interactions over online interactions. Since medyo maluwag na naman po ngayon, pwede na tayong makipagkita sa ating friends, to look on them, kamustahin natin sila, spend time with them. Ayan po. Real life interaction is better than virtual interaction. Encourage children to have technology-free playtime. So, again, we can try to introduce them to different sports so that they can choose what sports they like and other different hobbies like reading a book, learning how to play musical instruments. Ayan po. We can try to introduce it to them para hindi lang maubos yung oras nila sa paggamit ng phones and gadgets. Next one. Make sure you're aware of what programs, games, and applications they are spending time on. So if your children or your kids already has a phone, make sure to check their devices on what applications they installed on their devices or tablets. Every time we should monitor their browsing history, yung mga applications na naka-install, para ma-monitor natin sila yung galaw nila sa internet world because they might be exposed to different kinds of scams and bad things in the internet. Kaya kailangan guided pa rin sila habang gumagamit ng internet and other devices. Next, explore technology together with your children. Yan. You can spend time exploring technology with your children. Huwag nating minsan, we can sit beside them and look on what they are doing on social media. Use a parental control app as well as minimizing their exposure to inappropriate content. It also helps you manage their screen time and includes expert advice and tips from child psychologists on online topics. So there. Meron naman ngayon mga child-friendly na feature kagaya sa YouTube. Yan. Kailangan i-apply natin ito para hindi sila mapunta sa pang-adult na video sa YouTube. Okay, next one. There, the 7-day social media detox. So this is what I'm talking about, that I'm hearing positive results from the ones who have tried it. Meron na ba ditong nakapag-try nitong 7-day social media detox? Let me know kung anong naging experience nyo at kung anong naging effect sa inyo if meron na dito. Ayan. So, first day, focus on self-care. Pamper yourself. Try out meditation or yoga. Yan. If you can't do physical activities, that if you think that is too much for you, you can try to just meditate and do yoga. Number 2, learn something new. Yan. It's always good thing to learn something new. Okay. Yan, kung dati gusto nyo matutong mag-bike, mag-bake, you can always try to do that. Day 3, raise positive vibration. Create something nice to yourself, for yourself, and your loved ones. Always feed your mind with positive thoughts. Day 4, change your environment. Get creative and change something about your environment. Yan. Day 5, finish things you wait lang po. Love, left unfinished for a long time. So, if you want to, dati binabalak yung linisin ng cabinet nyo, you can try to do that. And day 6, enjoy the present moment and let your intuition guide you throughout the day. Always look at the present moment. Enjoy every moment. Day 7, spend time in nature. Recharge your energy by taking a trip on nature. You can try to have nature tripping, beach walking, and other things that you love to try in the nature. Mountain climbing can also be. Yan. And to sum it up, so in summary, technology is an integral aspect of modern life, and there are both positive and negative effects of computer use on human health. Taking sensible steps such as setting limits on screen time, ensuring correct posture, taking regular breaks, and keeping active can help minimize the impacts of technology on health. So it's not always a bad thing. Of course, there are many or a lot of good things na dadala sa atin or nabibigay sa atin ng technology. But always make sure to set limits and practice correct posture so that it will not affect our health. So there. I hope you learn a thing or two on our discussion. It's already 11:10 na din po, kaya I'm ending this with, of course, how the old saying goes, health is wealth. So let's practice healthy habits while we are using technology. Ayun po.
So, ayan. Thank you so much po, Miss Hazel, for that informative and very helpful tips na binigay mo po sa amin dito sa mga participants natin for today's webinar. And I do hope madami tayong natutunan, di ba po? Kasi kailangan natin. We need to love ourselves. Ayan, kailangan nating alagaan yung sarili natin. Hindi pwedeng work lang. Ayan. And ayun nga, wag tayong magpagamit sa technology. Ang technology, ginagamit natin yan. Pero wag tayong magpagamit. Ayan. So, kailangan din nating mahalin yung sarili natin. So, ayun, thank you so much po, Ma'am Hazel. And sa ating mga participants, do you have any questions po? Ayan. So, nakikita ko dito sa ating mga participants, iba guilty. Ako mismo guilty din ako. Ayan, ouch, natamaan naman ako dun sa mga naging discussion na yun nga, minsan nakakalimutan na natin, tapos nagiging routines. So, minsan mali na talaga. So, habang may time pa tayo, habang maaga pa, ay maagapan natin. So, ayun. So, sana ma-apply talaga natin to in our daily lives. Ayan. So, thank you so much po. Any questions po? Kasi ito naman talaga pang tips Mga tips yung ating mga nakuha for today's webinar. So, kailangan muna natin ipahinga yung ating sarili. Ayan, minsan bubog na din tayo sa mga di ba? So, kailangan natin ng konting chillax time. I think wala na po tayong questions. So, thank you so much daw po, Ma'am Hazel. Yan. Ayan, thank you so much. Yan, main question po pala tayo from our participant. Nakakaapekto po ba yung paninigarilyo sa paglabo ng mata? Ayan, may dito question, Ma'am Hazel. So nakaka-affect din po ba yung paninigarilyo sa mata?
Hello po, sir. I'm not a professional po regarding this, pero as far as I know, pwede rin pong makaapekto ang paninigarilyo sa paglabo ng mata because it not only affects our lungs, pati yung functions natin. Kaya po, in my opinion po, ay nakaka-apekto din po yun sa paglabo ng mata. Ayan. Ayan, sabi ni Sir Mark Louie, nasa tao po yun, lalo na kung nasobrahan. Kulay dilaw na pagkatapos ang mata. Yan, madami pong naaapektuhan talaga kapag po sobra ang lahat ng ginagawa natin. So, ayun po.
Yes, correct naman. So, lahat ng sobra ay masama. Ayan. So, there. Any questions pa po? It's already 11:13. Ayan. So, I think wala na naman. So, in behalf of DICT, so we would like to award this certificate of appreciation to, ayan. So, this certificate of appreciation is presented to Ms. Hazel Camposano for her invaluable insights, experience, and expertise shared with the participants of this training entitled Healthy Habits in the Digital Age of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Region 4A Rizal, held on June 30, 2022 via Zoom and FB Live, to be signed by Ma'am Cheryl C. Ortega, our Regional Director for DICT Regions 4A and 4B. So ayan, maraming salamat po Ms. Hazel for that webinar. It's very helpful and hopefully we can apply all of those po. And for our participants po, we will flash the evaluation link and evaluation QR code po sa ating screen. So, kailangan po natin to for you to receive your digital certificate. So, dun sa mga hindi po nakaabot sa attendance natin po kanina, yun po, unfortunately, it's until 10 a.m. only. Okay, 1 hour lang po tayo nagbibigay ng attendance. But then, you may still join and then answer the evaluation form naman po. Ang ano nga lang po is, hindi tayo makaka-receive ng digital certificate kapag hindi po na-complete yung attendance and evaluation form. So, ayan. So, here's the QR code po and the link para po lahat tayo ay makapag-evaluate. So, send na din po sa ating chat box yung ating evaluation link. So, sa Facebook naman, ayan, I think naputol lang tayo dito sa... And for those who are watching po sa ating Facebook Live, ayan, try na natin i-pin. Okay. Sa Facebook Live naman po, ayan, so hindi natin... Nakikita na po ba yung link sa ating Facebook Live? Okay. So, thank you so much everyone po. So, there. Ayan. So, thank you so much everyone for attending in this webinar. And I do hope po na ayan, madami tayong natutunan. So, thank you so much everyone.
Thank you so much po sa lahat ng umattend at nagstay hanggang dulo. Sana po ay may natutunan tayong lahat at may apply po natin ito sa ating life. Thank you very much po. Thank you, Ms. Janet and the ICT.
Thank you din po, Miss Hazel. And thank you din po sa DICT Rizal. So this one is their webinar, and you may also follow their official FB pages. So for our upcoming activities, and we have this po for DICT Rizal. And same po for Calabarzon and Mimaropa. You may check their Facebook pages po para po updated tayo sa mga upcoming activities, lalo na for this July. Ayan. So, sa mga nakapag-evaluation na po, Ayan.